Hello, good morning, Satnam. It's me, Shakti Sundari, back with you today for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras by Lauren Roche. So today's sutra, we are on sutra number 98. It's a really beautiful verse and speaks to something very dear to my heart, which is the quality and practice of devotion, and how that devotion, the practice of devotion, the quality of devotion, the sentiment of devotion brings us closer to the divine and to the love that we are. So let me read the Sanskrit to you from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Yukti, verse 98. Bhukti udrekat viraktasya yadrishi jayate mati. Sa Shakti shankari nityam bhavayet tam tata Shiva. And again. Bhakti udrekat viraktasya yadrishi jayate mati. Sa Shakti shankari nityam bhavayet tam tata Shiva. So there's a few words there that some of you may recognize. Bhakti, which is the word for devotion. Maybe you've gone to a bhakti night before in terms of chanting devotion. And then there's Shakti and there's Shiva in the same line. Beautiful, beautiful words from the Sanskrit. So yeah, then let me move on to the English translation by Lauren Roche. And yeah, just be comfortable, be somewhere you can truly listen and absorb these words, because they are so beautiful and powerful. Be wildly devoted to someone or something. Cherish every perception. At the same time, forget about control. Allow the beloved to be herself and to change. Passion and compassion, holding and letting go. This ache in your heart is holy. Accept it as the rise of intimacy with life's secret ways. Devotion is the divine streaming through you from that place in you before time. Love's energy flows through your body, toward a body, and into eternity again. Surrender to this current of devotion and become one with the body of love. Oh. So beautiful. These words really touch my heart deeply, because I know so well that path of devotion, the path of profound love, the devotion to another, the devotion to the divine. And again, in a way, Tantra is about discovering the divine through the practice of devotion to another. So we practice being devoted to someone or something, a mortal, a human, and in that practice of devotion, we may discover our divinity and their divinity. We may awaken that luminous divinity within ourselves and within them. And that is how this current of love that is spoken about in this verse then connects us to the everlasting, eternal current of life, which is love. So let's just go through this. Be wildly devoted to someone or something. So wildly devoted. Once again, what I love about this language is that it's untamed. It's full on. It's everything. There is no limitation. There is no repression. There is no holding back. It's like a full-bodied, full-voiced, full emotional embrace of life and of our desire to be devoted to someone or something. So be wildly devoted to someone or something, not just a little bit. Cherish every perception. Like, how profoundly beautiful and powerful is that, to savor, to hold so carefully, to cherish. You know, when we cherish something, we take it very tenderly in our hands or in our hearts, and we embrace it with such care and such love and such awe and such wonder. Do that with every perception of this other to whom you are devoted. I mean, my God, imagine if we were to do that with the one or the thing to which we are devoted. Cherish every perception. At the same time, forget about control. So, you know, and we all know this, but often when we love another, the more human aspects of attachment and need and projection become involved as well. And that is human. That is human. So let's have love and compassion for those parts of ourselves, because we all have them, whether we know that or not, we do. And sometimes those parts of ourselves that are wounded or in fear can act out when we are in a relationship, and out of a fear of not being loved, attempt to control the other. And often this is completely unconscious. But the minute that happens, we are diminishing the flow of love and devotion, and we are diminishing the light and the divinity of the other. So at the same time, forget about control. That's a real letting go. To be utterly devoted with no expectation. To be utterly devoted without needing, wanting, expecting any response of any kind from the other. Just coming with such a pure and innocent heart that all is needed for you is to bow in devotion to the other. At the same time, forget about control. Allow the beloved to be herself, or himself obviously, and to change. So if we're talking about herself, of course, Shakti, the feminine, is change. She changes all the time. If you've been following these videos with me, you will see that I have gone through so many different states of being, from peaceful, from meditative to ecstatic to exuberant to grief overwhelmed to heartache. You know, I've been through so many states of being as I've done these readings and transmissions. That is the feminine. That is life. She changes in every moment. We all do. This is nature. So allow the beloved to be herself and to change. Just when you think you've got hold of something, right? And then it's not there anymore because that's not the shape that it's in anymore. So we have to relinquish this very human attempt to hold on to what we love, to hold on to what we're devoted to keep it locked in the shape it was when we first met. Things change. We change. Life changes. This is nature. Passion and compassion. Passion, this great burning desire, beautiful, and compassion. Compassion from the heart, having great understanding and love and care for the humanness of the other, for the woundedness of the other, for the fears of the other, for their imperfect perfection. Holding and letting go. So holding in our awareness, holding in our perception, holding in our hearts, maybe holding physically with our arms as we love, but then being willing to always let go, let go, let go once again. This ache in your heart is holy. So when we let go, when we do not have control, when we desire, when we yearn, when we long, there can be an ache in the heart. I know this so well, this ache in the heart, this ache of yearning, this ache of longing, this ache of desire to be united with the one, whether that's the divine source, God, goddess, or whether that is another human, whether that's the beloved. We all know that ache in our hearts of loss, but also of yearning. But actually, rather than judging that ache or trying to stop it, numb it, repress it, make ourselves wrong or bad for feeling that ache, how about if we, as this verse suggests, accept it as the rise of intimacy with life's secret ways, allowing that ache that makes us vulnerable, that makes us feel tender and open-hearted. Accept it as the rise of intimacy with life's secret ways. If we allow, accept and embrace that ache within our hearts, just see how it can take us to a truly beautiful and exquisite opening to life, to being touched by life. And when we are touched by life, sometimes it hurts, sometimes there's an exquisite joy, pain that we can experience, but then we know that we are in intimate relating with life. And just in, the flash of an eye, that intimacy that we've opened to, that truly open-hearted connecting, can shift from an exquisite ache to the most joyous, ecstatic exuberance and aliveness. It can be anything, because life is every state and there's no right or wrong state of being. Devotion is the divine streaming through you. Devotion is the divine streaming through you, from that place in you before time. So even in that overwhelming urge of devotion, know that even in that you are connected with the divine, with source. It's not just yours, your little personality, ego self. It's much more than that. This is the flow of love, life, light. Devotion is the divine streaming through you from that place before time. And the more you allow it, the more you can open to that light. Love's energy flows through your body. You know how illumined you feel when you open yourself to loving, to being loved. But this is about loving, about giving love and allowing the divine love to flow through you towards a body and into eternity again. So then we become part of that eternal flow of love. Surrender, let go, surrender, give in, allow, open, accept, welcome to this current of devotion, and become one with the body of love. Capital B, capital L, the body of love. The body of love is the Christ itself. The body of love is who we all are. In surrendering to this current of devotion flowing through you, you become one with the body of love, which is all of us. In giving your devotion to one thing or one person. And that's the magic of it and the beauty of it. Hey Al. Hey there Imran. So thank you for being with me, guys. Thank you for being with me today, and join me again tomorrow for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras. Much love and Sat Nam.